This is the surface applied system of Armor Tile Tactile Systems. When installing a surface applied tile, ensure the desired location of the Armor Tile logo on the tile is at the base or the top of the ramp. For this installation, the Armor Tile logo will be placed at the base of the ramp. Determine the required location of the tile on the ramp and measure in from the curb line 6 to 8 inches. Install the tile on the flat portion of the ramp between the flared sides. Make a mark on the substrate designating the center point. Align the center of your tile to this mark. The center of the tile is represented by the center line of the diamond pattern texture located above the second R of the Armor Tile logo. Marking the perimeter. Lay the tile in place and outline the perimeter of the tile on the concrete with a pencil or marker. This outline marks the area of concrete surface that will be prepared for tile installation. Scuffing the concrete. Using a cup wheel on a grinder, scuff the concrete inside the perimeter of the outline you mark to remove any gum, oils, or other residue that could prevent the tile from adhering to the concrete properly. A 7-inch cup wheel works well. You only have to scuff the area that aligns with the raised boss on the underside of the tile. This is where the adhesive Armor Bond will be applied. If there are any bumps or high spots in the concrete, grind these down to make the entire surface as flat and even as possible. Cleaning the concrete and tiles. Clean the area where you're going to install the tile by first sweeping the dust and debris from the substrate. Next, wipe the concrete and the tile using acetone and rags. Use separate rags for the concrete and the tile. Acetone is used because it does not leave residue. Bonding the tile. Before installing the tile, check for any pre-drilled holes and cover them with a small piece of stucco tape to prevent the bonding agent from oozing out. To adhere the tile to the concrete, use Armor Bond bonding agent. It is supplied with the tile. We recommend using an electric caulking gun for this application. It's easier on your hands and ensures an even flow of the adhesive. To install a 2x4 tile, you will require approximately 1 tube of Armor Bond. For a 2x5 tile, approximately 1.5 tubes will be required. On the back of the tile, note the raised boss that has been factory scuffed. Apply the Armor Bond to the raised boss areas only. Applying bonding agent in the area between the perimeter bosses will hamper the audible detectability feature that the surface applied tile produces when swept or tapped with a cane. Start applying the Armor Bond approximately 1/2 inch inside of the tile perimeter edge to avoid unnecessary mess and cleanup. Placing the tile back on the concrete. With the bonding agent in place, you are now ready to place the tile on the concrete. Line up the edges of the tile with the marked outline and set the tile in place. Put your weight on the tile, preventing movement, and using the factory preformed holes in the tile as a guide, drill into the concrete using a 1/4 inch drill bit. Insert the nylon fasteners that come with the Armor tile. Set the sleeve in first, making sure it is flush. Then insert the pin in and tap it until it is flush. Use a plastic dead blow or leather hammer. Drill the holes and hammer in the pins starting at one side of the tile and work continuously to the other side to prevent bubbling. If you notice the tile rising in an area, we recommend drilling another hole through a dome, countersink the hole, and add a pin in that area to keep the tile tight to the concrete. Install the pins in as quickly as possible to prevent the tile from moving around. When hammering in pins, a pin may break, but don't worry. Gently drill it out without creating a larger hole. Vacuum the dust and install a new pin. Cleaning up the edges. Clean away any Armor Bond that may have leaked around the perimeter edges of the tile using a scraper. Sealing the tile. Use acetone and rags to clean around the perimeter of the tile and the concrete. Place a strip of stucco tape around the perimeter edge of the tile, followed by a strip of stucco tape on the concrete around the perimeter, creating a half-inch gap. Seal the perimeter of the tile to the concrete. Use Armor Seal available through the manufacturer or distributor. Use an electric caulking gun and force a bead of sealant under the tile while filling the half-inch gap around the entire perimeter of the tile. Using a spatula, create a coved finish around the perimeter, continuing to push the sealant under the tile as much as possible. Remove the tape soon after applying the sealant by pulling it up and over the bead of sealant. Continuously adjust the position of the grasp so it is always close to the tile as you pull. Do not try and pull up the entire tape in one strand. If any flaws exist in the finish after removing the tape, wet your fingers using a mixture of water and dish soap, then simply rub the sealant to smooth out any flaws. Step back and admire the workmanship.